I don't own this music, but my friends do, and they're glad that I use it. So let me add some people. So I know this stays. I also want to tell people that I really am sorry that last night I really freaked out, mainly because my son was naked and covered in blood, and that just, it really freaked me out, and I'm sorry. But at the same time, you know, a person can only take so much of someone constantly torturing them in many ways. If people really know, when you're dealing with this type of corruption that I have been dealing with, they like to attack your family and tell you it's your fault they did it. When, in all reality, if you wasn't doing nothing wrong, you can't blame other people when someone exposes you for your crap. Put this out. But, I am sorry for, just letting my heart speak, but that's really how I feel. But I'm not that way. You know, I have recorded phone calls speaking with other people last night, trying to, even with the police department, trying to do what's legal, even though, I don't feel like there's ever going to be any justice, because we live in lawless America. Well, I live in lawless Mississippi, where the Dixie Mafia runs free and commits crimes and steals human beings and commits freaking fraud upon, the insurance fraud on deaths and all that crazy stuff. So, I also, in this video, I want to thank somebody. I want to thank the lady that wrote the letter, because she really put some time into that. And, when you start understanding your surroundings, I didn't know what she was going to write in that letter. I didn't have a clue. But it gives me better understanding of why things have been the way they have been pretty much my whole life. I also want to talk about my son has, I posted on my wall, he has been pretty much tortured his whole life. I have Debbie Tells All video. Talks about turning the doorknobs backwards when he was a kid and locking him in dark rooms. His dad lied to him and told him I had him sleeping in the closet. My son remembers sleeping in the closet, but he doesn't remember me there, and he knows his dad lied on that part. Because when his dad did what he did to get my kids away from me, he put my son in a closet. And, my son was treated very badly pretty much the whole time. His dad tries to make it up, but, the damage has already been done. My son is very broken. At the same time, he's not stupid, he's just like me in a way. I was babysitting for somebody. I never told nobody on Facebook because I didn't want nobody to mess with their kids. And I met somebody that lived in this apartment. And me and my son, we get along. But at the same time, I am every day working on exposing these people and what happened to my family. He can't handle that. And I can understand he's not ready to completely handle that, because it's a lot, and he's young. And some of the things he tells me that, when he's not around and comes back, I thought I had a hard life in some ways, but at the same time, these kids today, they've seen a lot more and have been through a lot more. And it's really sad that things have gotten this bad. Last night, I told you that all his teeth was knocked out. I want to say that that was wrong. I could not see no teeth due to the fact his mouth was full of blood and his face was so swollen, and he was telling me his teeth. And in all reality, on his face, if you look on my pictures, up here is like your line for where your teeth are. That's where his bruise is, not down here on his jaw. People at Merit Health last night really played some messed up games with me. It took, I want to say, over an hour for me to be able to go back in the back and be able to even know anything about my son. And then this man comes in the room knowing that I'm upset, and he straight tells me that my son's face is broken in multiple places. He's got to go have this surgery, blah, 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 blah. Okay? They sent him to another hospital. When we got to that other hospital, the lady that was checking my son out didn't realize he was a transfer, so they redid everything. And he doesn't have multiple fractures on his face. What his problem is, when they were beating him, the reason the bruise is right here, they broke his teeth. They broke his teeth. He has a small hairline fracture. When we went to the other hospital, they told us that we're going to the surgeon, and we went to his office. My son was telling me that his teeth was hurting. It wasn't his jaw, and some of his swelling did go down. He was able to open and move his mouth. His teeth were pushed in, and they're broken on both sides. So he did not get his mouth wired shut because he didn't need that. And we also went and got another opinion. And what he needs is the dental work done. That way his face will go back down. I guess it's really bad. I mean, his teeth on the bottom is rubbing his tongue because they're pushed in. But I just want to say, to the ones that did this, because I know you watch my stuff, it's really crazy that my son weighs maybe 100 pounds, 120 at the most, and it took 3 grown, over almost 200-pound men, 3, to do what y'all did. You are cowards, you're pussies, and justice will come for you. Justice is coming really quick. I just got dumped on accident a bunch of information on top of what I already have. And I will be exposing that pretty soon. One of the things that I want to talk about, just a brief little bit, my son doesn't follow my Facebook. Like I said, he doesn't like it when I talk about this stuff when he's around because it gets to him. So, mostly when he's around, we talk about him and how he feels. And, let me turn it down a little bit. Every now and then, he'll ask me to show him something. And I only show him when he asks. So, and my son always stays around. He does his own thing. He's his own person. He's, pretty much grown. He's a young man. And, I know he wasn't around. And I know he doesn't follow my Facebook for 100%. When we were talking about Tommy Moffett, Chief of Police of Biloxi, right before the Sherrys and all that stuff. So, one thing that really concerns me is my mom always said, Moffett Chief of Police, Moffett Chief of Police. I didn't know who the heck she was talking about. And recently, I finally figured it out. While my son was over at this house, and I met Zoe, I have all this information in that other post. I'll make sure I put it in the comments. When I was going over to help my friend get the baby, he acted like he was just moving in, and he was just trying to be friendly. My son said the first time that he met him, there were some things said, and I don't know exactly, but my son said that, Mom, you can't be mad at me because I was protecting you. And I'm like, I don't get it, but I do understand how these people put people in your way. They coerce you to do things. They threaten you that if you don't do these things, that they're going to hurt all your family members. That's why my mom, she's had so much problems throughout the years, and I do believe that's one reason why my family has been targeted. There's some messages probably between Thanksgiving and now, or the day I have to go look at my messages. I got it in screenshots. The day that they used my friend and started going over there talking to her and made the comments that they caught Corey sneaking off to see his mom, she was also mad at me because I went to Florida and I got her mama because she was doing something really stupid, and I didn't know any other way to help my friend because she's not going to listen to me. Let's just say my friend don't live there no more. My friend told me something that made me feel good. I'm so glad I pissed her off enough to, by bringing her mom, that it made her change her life a little bit. And like I said, she moved. I didn't know that because she'd been mad at me. Well, the people that beat my son went to her and tried to play, I guess, whatever, to make her do something. Make her react. They know how to push her buttons. They know her. They don't know me. And they try to get her to fight my son. They talk crap and had her. She was texting me all kinds of crazy stuff. And last night I was thinking about it, and I have the text messages that she sent me, and I told her mom. I said, I don't believe Ayla Duvay would do this. And so she had her daughter try to, finally call me, and just like, I was still freaking out last night, and I really appreciate her call because it helped me calm down. Because I was very upset. I was so upset. I didn't even want to be around my son because I know he'd been through so much trauma that I didn't want him to see me that upset and feed off of it and it make him hurt more than what he's already went through. So I took off and tried to find his dad and drove around in circles until they moved him because I was very distraught. And like I said, I'm very sorry for my video. I mean, I am human. I have a heart. I feel things, and it's just messed up. But connecting these dots on my son, she even stated, and another person stated, that my son told them during Thanksgiving to this shit that just happened. But they asked why don't he just come stay with me because he didn't like it over there. He said, I just can't do that. And when I told her, I said, my son told me this, she goes, well, it makes sense now, we had this conversation. While my son was there, we had, this is before they, messed with my mom's medicine. They moved her a few weeks ago. We had the conversation about the Moffat chief of police with my mom. I put a post on my wall. He went to Vicksburg, Mississippi, and I think it was chief of police, mayor, or something over there. He was in something in politics over there. But I tell you this, I'm going to post it later on. I found a thing that I did for the worst places in Mississippi, and it states on there now that the Moffat chief of police has been gone since 2017, that their crime rate has dropped tremendously. Yeah, I probably know why. Now, speaking about this Moffat man, last night, my son told me, or night before the night before all this shit happened, he told me, he said, Mom, he goes, these people know how to hack bank accounts. I said, what do you mean hack bank accounts? He said they used some cell phones and these fake phone number accounts, and they hacked a bank account. And he says, does the name Tommy Moffat mean anything to you? I never told my son about Tommy Moffat. My son does know that my mom said the Moffat chief of police, but we didn't know what the hell she meant, and he didn't know his first name. He said that they hacked an account that had Tommy Moffat name on it somewhere in Jamaica, and they moved the money to another account. Okay. Well, that makes a little bit of sense to me. Why would you need my son there? What accounts did you use? Whose names did you use? Just like whose credit card machines did you use and whose name was it in when Kersey Nix went to jail with the Lonely Heart scam? When y'all was robbing all them credit cards off of the gay man so you could run it through the strip club. Oh wait, wasn't that in my mama's name? I believe so. So when they're stealing this money, I want to know, because my son don't have no money. He don't have no accounts or bank. I want to know where the money went. From who, to who, and whose name it was in. Because he told me it was a large sum of money. Now, you're transferring money out of an account that says Tommy Moffat, and you're making my son aware of this, and you know he's going to talk to me. And you know he's going to ask me if that name means anything. So, was that what happened to my son? To let me know who never gave a shit about my mom and lied to her? Or is it just a repeat? Just like they did when they stole Kersey Nix's money and lied about it and had the sheriff knocked off. Gotta ask that question, right? All I can say is, I really don't want these people to die. I want them to suffer in the worst prison for the rest of eternity until they die. I want law enforcement to actually do their fucking job. I want them to grow the balls and fix our community. I want them to stop covering up what happened to my mother. While my son was at Zoe's, and people know I record all my phone calls, Zoe has cussed me out, called me a bitch, told me to quit calling, don't come around there. The man upstairs pulled a gun on me through the damn window to let me know he had one that's straight above him. But at the same time, I've been still making sure that my son is okay. I have my ways of doing that. And be able to pay attention to his surroundings without him even knowing. I'm not dumb. I'm not just going to walk away from my kid. New Year's, night before New Year's Eve, is when I picked up my son. And he had walked down the street on Irish Field by the store. I don't know if it might be on the camera at the store, but they'll probably go delete that and say, oh, it wasn't working that night. I had to drive down the street and turn around and come back, and my son and this girl that, was hitting all over my son, screaming, oh, I love you, blah, 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 full of crap. I guess they thought it took off, so they started walking. And that guy, Pearl, they call him Black Pearl, whatever, Black. He goes by whatever name, I guess if they want to go give it to him that day. Was on a bike, and they were having an altercation when I drove by. I pulled into the back of the store where the lot is. She comes running over there that there's a problem. So I get out, and him and her are having words, exactly what they said, I don't know. But she's yelling, I'm his girlfriend. I tell you, you're not his girlfriend. And then I'm like, hold up. And he was cussing her out. I said, hold up, well, I'm his mama. And I haven't been able to talk to my son since he's been over there. And as I'm understanding, you stay over there. At this point, I already knew that Black had pretty much started assaulting my son prior to this beating. That was another reason why my son was ready to get the fuck out of there. When we left there, I did tell him, I said, I'm his mom, and he's going with me. He didn't say anything to me. He just turned around and took off. My son went straight and got his stuff, and we took off. My son has been very stressed out, and I showed him some of the stuff because he asked me to, of what my friend is working on. It's doing this book, and some of our findings and what I have found. He wanted to know some things. So I showed him, and that night he was really upset. Or it was the next night. He was very upset, and he's been sleeping and crying. He called somebody. He was supposed to go get some food, and he was going to go by his other friends that was going to give him some money to go get cigarettes. I was on the phone, I know, for 22 minutes with my mom. I started the phone call as my son went out the door. Because I said, my son just left, Mom, I have time to talk to you now. I don't have music and different distractions. And basically, as soon as I hung up, my son basically called, or the guy that was going to give my son the money for cigarettes called me and told me my son's naked and just got beat up bad. They didn't go get nothing to eat. The guy drove straight to where my son just left. And then he pulled my son out the car. This is where it becomes kidnapping. Okay? He pulls my son out the car and drags him to the apartment. They go in and started beating him and stripped him of his clothes. I don't know what kind of sick perversion makes somebody grown man strip another grown man. I mean, you can't wear his clothes. I don't even understand why 3 men had to get on someone as small as my son. Oh wait, I know why. Because you're pussy ass bitches. Sorry, y'all. I just want to put that out there. You couldn't do it one-on-one. I'm really curious about this account. Did it really belong to Tommy Moffat? Did it just have Tommy Moffat's name on it? Who got the money? Where did it go? Was that y'all's payment to do what y'all did to my son? Or did y'all rob that man? Or his account? So, if anybody wants to check into that, his Jamaica account. Zoe has a wife that lives in another apartment not far from him, and right next door, basically, to Jimmy Manning's property. The property that Andrew Gillich has got a lot of money tied up in, of the taxpayers' money. But it still looks like they live there. The truck's being moved around in the driveway. Got video to prove it. The door's open. You got some people coming in and out every now and then. Are you clearing the money out slowly? I see y'all bought some boards. I guess you had to rip up the floor, right? Because I know 110% that these people hid money in their walls. So, with that said, I really want to know some answers. I really want justice for my family. I don't know if, posting a picture on the internet without my grandson in it at Ashley Cole Treherne Hudson Facebook, leaving his, him out the picture was done purposely to, mess with our minds, or if he's really dead. But I have a Photoshop picture that is very disturbing, and I know that was my grandson. The main thing that makes me question everything, that if the right people actually did their damn job, was her original adoption that she filed. And if they don't have a copy, I got the original, I got the copy, I got it all. How many copies you want? I done passed out probably about 600 of them to the community so they could read it for themselves. That, one, there was never a DHS case open in the matter of the kidnapping of my grandson, which was stated in her adoption. But the main thing that always stays in my mind, and will always, how in the hell do you lie and falsify your own document, but you stayed in it, you tried to put insurance on a minor child before they were born, it doesn't belong to you. And then, the people that have their children kidnapped and the families that know that this is crazy and bizarre are being told this after she done kidnapped them, that there was even an adoption done because no one knew about it. Knowing that there's a child that already died in their custody, and there's other children that have died in their family's custody, I question how did they die. I don't give a crap what they put up on their picture and said that this girl may or may not have. If these people are kidnapping kids, they will lie to you and tell you that, hey, this kid had cancer and doesn't have cancer and, whatever. I can't believe them. I can't. You've done a lie to kidnap a child. You falsified documents, and y'all have went to the extreme to make our lives total hell. When I worked for these people, the Dixie Mafia, when I was working in their strip clubs, working for the escort, selling their drugs, I never was robbed. I never was beaten. I never had a gun pulled on me. I never had my car messed with. But wait, I walk away from everything that y'all had me in because I woke up to what was really going on. Y'all shoot at me, run me out my home, try to make me look like I'm fucking stupid. Oh wait, I'm not stupid by far. And you make me question everything. In a way, all you're doing is screwing yourself because you make me dig a lot more. And it's like every day more I dig, I find more. And if someone's hacking my phone and giving me information, Stop giving it to me, because I'm tired of seeing every day when I wake up some new crap, and all I gotta do is turn my phone on and, touch this damn thing, and, more information stuff comes up. Just give me a minute. I need to process the stuff that I've, got. And someone gave me a phone today. And that phone has some pretty interesting shit on it. This is shit from the people that held my son for a month away from me. From the people that knows how to hack back bank accounts. Obviously, I want to see if this is real. I'm really curious. I don't know how to hack. I don't know about none of that stuff. But, it's a large sum of money. I want to know where it went. And the fact that my son asked me, do you know a Tommy Moffat? That's very, very disturbing. So, I just want to say, I'm really sorry again. My mom, by the way, she is doing a little bit better. They gave her the Invega shot when I asked them not to. She's not completely here and now like she's supposed to be. When she's in the here and now like she's supposed to be, she is able to stay on target. But I guess when they realize that my mom's been talking for a minute, I just gotta say, that lady is just amazing. That lady is so amazing that's been working with my mom on the phone. She's just amazing. Because I've learned so much stuff. My mom always says, I don't know nothing. But you just listen to her, and if you know these people's patterns and backgrounds, my mom knows so much. More than anybody can ever even know. And I really feel bad that, she had to go through this and then literally be shocked with. She said it wasn't just electroshock therapy like they do at the crazy house. They did that too, but she said they did it with cords and water. And for people to do something like that to any human being, sick in the head. She can't make that up, because you tell her that, hey, even talk about electroshock therapy in front of her, she flips out. Oh yeah, watch the nursing home start talking about that now. But that was one of the things they did when they first took her to Whitfield, was calling me, and she flipped out the first phone call. They're going to do electroshock therapy on me. And it's not good. It messes people up. And it should be, because it is considered a war crime. People are really sick. But don't think that, justice doesn't come soon. Y'all going to be able to keep pushing my buttons. Because that was a lot last night, what you did. That was a lot. And it took a lot for me to calm down last night and keep myself together and not do what I really wanted to do to you. So, with that said, I'm going to start going through this phone that was given to me. And I'll start getting some information together. I'm trying to get this video done for my mom and her owner and their family. And the stuff that I've been talking about, so you can get a better clearing why I'm talking about these things and an understanding. So, I'm tired. I'm going to work on this thing until I fall asleep. Probably won't get far tonight. Because I was up for a long time. I almost wrecked 3 times going to see my son last night. I was so tired. So, much love. And please share my videos. Please. Even if you are scared to get involved in something, at least share my video to a group, or share it to your wall. Share it through message. Share it somewhere. Because, there is people that do say the things I talk about gives them hope. I don't want to be like the people that are doing this. And I'm not hiding their crimes. and I'm not scared to die. And I know it's not my fault, everything that you do to my mom and my son. They know it's not my fault, because they don't control you and what you do to them. So, much love.